hello.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Joe. Nice to meet you. So it's May. It's hot. Well, it's beautiful. Let me say that. It's beautiful outside, and it's May, and it's nice Friday, and some of y'all still decided to come to a NAOBI meeting. So I am thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kathy Lemons, president of NAOBI-DC. We usually do this, what we call a membership meeting, but it's kind of like a family get together every 2 months, the last Friday of the month. So if this is your first time here, please put it on your calendar for the next 3, I guess we have 3 more after tonight. So every 2 months, the last Friday of the month, 7 to 9, same bat channel, same bat room, bat cave. So our order of operation tonight is as usual, but we're gonna, oh, I don't see anything. Anyway, it's the same as usual, but we're going to switch it up a little bit because one of our board members has to leave, so she's going to do her report first and then speak out. If you've been here throughout the year, you know that I wanted to introduce what I thought was called RID, 6 degrees of integration of RID, and just kind of having someone for every meeting come out from RID to talk about what they do. A lot of us interpreters who are certified are members of RID, and some students are members of RID, but a lot of us don't take advantage of the services they provide, who they are, what they do, so on and so forth. So tonight we will be joined by Carol Turner. She is responsible for CEUs and the CMP process for RID. She is pregnant and does not drive to DC, especially in this state. She kind of goes home and rests. So she'll be joining us via Fuse. So if technology works right, which I hope it will, and I think it will, we will see her on the screen shortly. I'm going to do this at the end, but I do want to, before we even start, take a moment to acknowledge the interpreters who came out from working really hard all day and thought enough of NAOBI folks and you guys to come and give it their time. So before we even start, let's give it up for the interpreting team. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Still no. Yeah. So we're just trying to get this on the screen. Give us 1 second. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go for this in the room and ready.
That's all my notes.
Okay, so while we're working out this technology stuff, I want to introduce two guests that I invited to come and speak. They're supposed to be in the middle of the reports, but we're going to be flexible tonight, right? Wonderful. So I'm going to invite up Brian Davis. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but you should know him because he's becoming a great face to have around here on campus. And so is Baby Lamas. That's in that right?
Yamas.
You know I'm not. Yeah, Yama. There I go. Wonderful. Wonderful. Whew. And they're going to come and talk to you about some events happening locally in the community, and they're looking for some great folks like us to join in what they're doing.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello. Thank you for letting us come and crash the party. So Benny and I are the interpreter coordinators, well, two of the interpreter coordinators for the Capital Pride Alliance this year. I am responsible for performance interpreters for the festival, and Michael Creason is responsible for a pilot program that we have. And
I am the interpreter coordinator for the parade.
yeah.
The parade.
And then Michael is also responsible for all of the other events that are leading up to the festival and parade. I had previously reached out to you guys about a call for interpreters, and we still need interpreters. Benny and I both still need interpreters. So that's why I'm here tonight, to see if anybody of you, or any of you might be interested, or yeah.
When did you send that call out? How did it go out?
I had
I
sent
didn't
to
see
Kathy, and it was posted.
Yeah, it's posted on the website, and Trini, did we add it to the newsletter?
It was on April's
newsletter, and it's on the website.
But I have more information tonight, so if anybody is interested, I can leave you with my email address, or Benny's email address, to contact us. Yeah.
What's the date?
There's several dates. So the festival is June 14th,
And the parade is the day before, June 13th.
and we have events as soon as the 9th that need interpreters. The event on the 9th is for women's spoken word. It's a new event that the Pride Alliance added this year. It's going to be at Busboy and Poets on K Street, and it showcases the women in our in the LGBT family, and their work that they've done. So we're just kind of looking for people to that as well.
Who is that event going to be?
The spoken word Busboy and Poet on K Street. Oh, and the opening party on the 12th. I don't have all the details for that. Michael Creason has it, so if anybody is available the 12th, it is a nighttime event. I don't remember where it is, though. Michael has more of that information. So, yeah. And we've got some cool headliners this year for the festival. Carly Rae Jepsen, Wilson Phillips, and Vogue, and
Amber.
And one more, some other person that I don't know who she is.
VIP person.
Right. So, yeah. So you guys have any questions, or yeah?
Do you guys use novice signers and everything?
We have opportunities for new interpreters, novice interpreters, uncertified people to work with a certified team. There's no guarantee that you'll be able to be on the platform, but working in a supportive role. And so.
Right, this is very low risk, and you have a whole network of interpreters that are also going to support you regardless of what happens.
So we're welcoming students. I actually have an intern for the parade as well. So welcome everybody.
So another big question, in terms of prep, for the stage and the performances, what can interpreters expect in terms of prep?
So for me, nobody's finalized the set list yet for the headliners. And I'm getting information every day. I have already put together a kind of a prediction of what the headliners might do based on Billboard top hits, what's mostly downloaded on iTunes. And I put those songs out there. And once I get a schedule, it might be 2 days before the event, but I do have stuff ready for that. And
As far as for me as the parade, we have a performance stage and an announcing stage where the judges will be sitting. And generally I want a bigger team for the performance part. And as far as that, it's gonna be a lot of drag performers. And I don't know if any of you know the drag performers in DC, but they're very last minute. So they'll be putting their stuff together relatively last minute. So as soon as I get that from them, I will be sure to share it with my interpreters. And I'm also gonna keep very clear lines of communication open. So once I get something, you will know right away.
yeah, so
Contact information.
yeah, my contact, I guess I can write it here for both of that. All right.
Also, in terms of the parade, like I mentioned, we do have a performance part and just a regular speaking part. If you have a preference, or if you do not do performance interpreting, please let me know which one you would want to do out of those two. I'm totally fine if you don't do performance interpreting.
I have a question. Is that a B or
Yes.
B or F, and there's a space in between?
No spaces, it's all one word.
Right. Oh,
So it's gonna be B Davis, because his first name is Brian,
oh, gotcha. Oh.
and my name is Benny, B-E-N-N-Y, so Benny, L-L-A-M-A-S. So yeah, my last name.
M. Creason at HamptonPark.org.
He's also the general accessibility director for everything, so wheelchair seating, everything that falls under his umbrella.
Let me just make sure that I'm not making anybody angry. I know. Everybody gets t-shirts, they're really cool.
Also, yes, if you are interested and you do reach out to us and you would like to confirm, please just put your t-shirt size along in that email with you, so we don't have to chase you down.
Anything else? Volunteer. Mhm.
Okay, I got a question. So, will you also have deaf interpreters as well?
I have one confirmed. I would love to have more deaf interpreters. I think that's a cool opportunity, and I think that it's great for the Pride Alliance as well to be exposed to that type of thing and really promoting that. So if there are deaf interpreters out there that are who are interested, they can reach out to us. And if you are interested in teaming with a deaf interpreter and you have something in mind, do contact me and let me know. Either of us know.
Right, that goes both to the parade as well. I've been looking for CDIs. I have had no luck, so if you can get me in touch with a CDI, that would actually be great.
All right, beautiful.
All right, I think that's it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality. You guys are so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can customize something.
Oh. Hey guys, I'm Shay Taylor. I'm part of the membership chair for NAOBI-DC. We're just gonna go over a few things with you guys this evening. So tonight, there's a quorum of 7 people.
We do have a quorum, yes, we do.
Good, good, good. So then we can go ahead and proceed. So let me just back up for 1 second. I wanted to talk to you guys about the concept for the meeting. Circles. Some people have participated in circles perhaps in their churches, but it's just an opportunity to get together, to regroup, to discuss issues. I noticed that people have a tendency to come in and not interact or sit in the same spots each time. So we wanted to open up an opportunity to dialogue more. With I-Time, we tend to have a discussion about what it is that we saw or perhaps what we missed. And that's what we'll use the circles for. And also with the committee. So I thought we'd take an opportunity during the meeting to discuss those committee issues, a few committee issues. So how do we go about setting up? Circles, sorry. For some people who may have joined or are new to NAOBI, it might be hard to find your niche. So what you can do is identify your birthday, and that'll associate you with a particular group. So I'll have NAOBI, no, not DC, but NAOBI, that's another chapter. So we'll say NAOBI Atlanta, for example. And that'll be January 1st to February 29th for people. Okay, so this is Chicago's, which would be March 1st through April 30th, right? Okay. Right, Detroit? Yes, so May 1st to June 30th, is that right? Can I go on? So this is us, whoop, whoop. In New York City, July 1st to August 31st. And this will be California for the social, which will be September 1st through October 31st. Southern, which will be Southern California, SoCal. And the birthdays from November 1st to December 31st will be St. Louis. Also, it'll be an opportunity to celebrate a few people's birthdays around the same time. How is that part? Oh, okay. Because we have meetings every 2 months, it'll give people an opportunity to celebrate those birthdays in that gap. So this is the breakdown for the circles and with the birthday months that they cover. Are we good? Any questions about it? Any comments about it? concerns? Burning life issues or questions?
I'm sorry, is this just for tonight or is this continuous?
We had a question if this was only for tonight or from tonight going forward. That's a really good question. Thanks for bringing that up. So the idea is supposed to be going forward, yeah. Everyone who's come already knows their circle, so hopefully we can keep that going forward. All you have to do is identify your birthday, and you'll be able to latch on to whichever group you belong to. I'm here, so ignore that. Okay, now for membership. 28 full members we have. We have supporting a student, which are 12, one organizational member, with a total of 41 members, paid members. That is. Some haven't paid as of yet. Remember money. It's time. It's almost June. All right. Troy. Thank you to the interpreter. So I just want to make sure, is it 2 years or 3 years that we've been doing the chat circles?
This year will make 3 years.
Okay, so 3 years. So how many of you have been able to come together in the circle, participate in the circle? Just one person? 2?
You haven't gone to a chat circle? You have totally gone to a chat circle. Raise your hand.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, well, if you haven't experienced it yet, you really should. It's just a great opportunity to come together, to chat about issues, things that impact our community specifically, including the interpreting community, and not limited to that, but also perhaps have a breakdown of certain barriers we face, maybe frustrations we experience, a variety of other issues. It can be linguistically related, maybe situational, cultural. So this summer we'll have 3, June, July, and August. And the first will be over here at Union Market. And this is the topic, friendly fire. Not necessarily related to interpreting, but just in general, in the world, you know the terminology or the expression friendly fire, who knows what that means? Anyone? Kind of? Yeah, I do. Eileen? She knows.
Military, former military.
Yeah, she knows it.
I'm just adding this to my calendar, okay? I'm adding this to my calendar, sorry. Good cover.
So what does it mean?
No, it's true.
Was it Kathy? Okay. Just teasing.
Well, I automatically started thinking about the military because, like, if there's a firefight happening and you're in the line of fire, sometimes what will happen is you will be shot by someone who's actually on your side. So it'll be friendly fire, someone who's actually your peer, your colleague, your brother in arms.
Right, so your teammate, someone on your side you could accidentally hurt inadvertently. So we're gonna discuss that, what that means. Sometimes when it comes to feedback, we always think in negative terms. But feedback can be positive. And it's also how we produce or give that feedback. Sometimes we choose the wrong words. It was awful, horrible. So we're gonna talk about the way that this topic of friendly fire and how that affects us. Then, so that will be July 17th. I'm sorry, hold on. We have two different, which one would you just do? That was June 17th. Now we're moving on to July 17th. On 8th Street at the Cowboys Gym. Over here, over there. It's outside somewhere over there. All right, you found it. The topic then. What? What's this? Somebody, that's English. I don't know, catching fire. I don't know if I want to do that for the sign, but. Okay.
Here's what I'm offering, Mandy.
Okay, all right. Well, then that, what she did. So basically just touch on different situations that we're confronted with, how that comes back on us, how we react. So we'll discuss that then. And then finally, we're gonna talk about learning and how we learn and how we teach others. And the location is still to be determined. Well, that's it. So any questions about those events? No? Okay. All right, give it up.
So clearly membership is on fire, right? Right. So again, we're jumping around a little bit, but I think it's time for our time because there's enough folks in. For those of you who are new, really briefly, our time is I'm not going to go to our time now because I think Carol has been on hold. So I am going to, if she's there in the technology, God's a working God.
Wrong way. Go that way. There.
Can you hear us? Oh, I'm on mute. Hey, Carol, can you hear me?
I hear something.
Carol, say something.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you. Great. So I might try to turn the computer around so you can see the group.
Okay.
No, tell them no. We can't. Oh, sure. Yeah. Everybody say hi.
Hey.
So you are a little fuzzy, but that's okay. We can still see you. How you feeling?
Okay. What'd you say?
How are you feeling? Well?
I'm good. It's hot.
We got it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you, because this is a little bit crazy technology, but go for it. I've already introduced you, so they know who you are, so you could go ahead. All yours.
Okay. All right, so again, Carol Turner, I'm Professional Development Coordinator at RID. I've been there since about 2012. I'm solely responsible for the continuing education program, the certification program, and the associate continuing education program. So those are basically the two programs that we have. One is for certified members, one is for associate members. And everything encompasses CEUs or continuing education units, which is me personally going to a workshop, an RD approved workshop, RD CEUs. NAOBI-DC and NAOBI are both RD approved sponsors that provide CEUs with us. So when it comes to CEUs, it's a pretty important aspect when it comes to maintaining your certification and also just maybe maintaining your state licensure and sometimes keeping your employment. We have a large group of people who are associate members who aren't certified, but what we have for them, both for certified members, is we track all of their CEUs in an official form. And the reason why this is important, even though associate members don't have a requirement for CEUs, a lot of them use this tracking form for state licensure to gain employment and to keep their employment. And what this means for student members is that eventually you normally go from student to graduate and become an associate member. Some individuals decide to go straight from associate, test really quick, and then go to certified. Some members stay as an associate member for longer periods of time. But either way, we have something that helps both associate and certified members. How many student members are there? State members of RD? So there's a lot of student members.
No, we thought, no. Sorry, Carol, we answered the wrong question. Carol, are you still there? This is the United States.
And that is, that's what I do. Your heel down. And I'm gonna give you this one. Like the warrior dash.
Imagine
Like,
from the same and the dagger, just,
be careful with them.
yeah. But it is, you know.
Just tell her it's okay, we'll finish up another time. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up for Carol. Not because I know about that stuff, but I will say that I have been the CMP coordinator for NAOBI-DC for a very long time. And as you know, my term ends December 30th. My term as CMP coordinator ends December 30th, ends on December 30th too. So I say that because Carol has been a huge help. She came on while I was already CMP coordinator, so I quickly got to know her and learned a lot of new things through her. But I also had Carol Tipton, who most of you know, who helped me out a lot, as well as our very own former Vice President Falami Ford, who I got a lot of great CMP maintenance and management information from. So I said that if you are thinking about getting involved in NAOBI, but you don't want to necessarily hold one of the positions that are a board position or a committee chair, but you want to do something, CMP sponsor may be what the something is that you should do, because really it's just making sure that our paperwork is processed accurately. CMP, what does CMP mean? I love it. Certification Maintenance Program. CEUs, they manage the CEUs. You know what CEUs mean? Continuing Education Units. Continuing Education Unit. And so.
Prizes tonight? You won last.
You did win last time. So yes, think about that. And you can ask all the questions that you need, you know, prior to December 30th. January 1st, you may not be able to ask me any questions. But no, I'm teasing. But there is, you know, a lot to do, but it comes in spurts. When we have a workshop, you're busy. When we don't have a workshop, you're not busy. So it's really a cool way to be involved and do something that gives back to the organization. Great. Okay, wonderful. If you have questions, I'll also add Carol, but Carol's email is on RID's website also. And if you come into RID conference, please bump into her. She's a really cool person. So without further ado, because I know some folks need to leave, it is May, and May usually means what? Graduation. Coming from the recent graduate. So I sent out a personal invite to some recent grads. How is that possible? Some recent grads who are in the room, some who I sent an email to, and they actually already graduated, but for some reason, their name showed up. So I said, we'll celebrate you twice. Right? Right? Why not?
Hey, I'll take it. Yeah.
So we will celebrate them with cake because we love cake. Tanya, can you pass me a cake? Thank you. It's very great. And it just says 2015, congratulations, graduates. So, I think we have a list. We do. Stop, you're laughing.
That's it. It won't, I don't think she got any bigger.
Okay, so wonderful. You have names here and certificates. Close the document, Dr. Sharice. Document will probably close that. Oh, make sure you have them.
Okay.
I'm messing with my phone. Okay, so we have Shay Taylor. Wonderful. Shay, can you tell us what your degree in now? Shay has a master's in linguistics. She's not here. This is for Rosemary Johnson, who is not here. She's actually on campus working, but we love Rosemary. Everybody loves Rosemary.
You know, our degrees in what area?
Rosemary. Deaf Ed? Does anybody know?
Deaf studies.
Deaf studies. But come on up, Deaf Ed. Melody Orr. She's like, that's me, Deaf Ed. Welcome. Pauline Rosemore, who will be finishing Howard Divinity. She's not here. She's actually on a cruise. She left today. Yashi is not here. Yashi Poindexter. If you guys don't know Yashi, if you ever been to the visitor center, she's down there hanging out with Dana. Dana Austin, International Studies. Dana will be leaving us shortly. She's going somewhere. Somewhere out on some water. She's going to Marshall Island to teach there. Yeah? Marshall Island, which is somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. Congratulations, Mom. Joey, Joey actually graduated last year, but Joey walked early because he wanted to be ahead of the class. So we're going to celebrate him.
Deaf studies too.
Let's give it up. We give a standing ovation for Dr. Risa Sharif.
Critical studies and deaf education of deaf students. Yes.
All right. Tara Miles, Tara's not here, but Tara got her master's in administration and supervision, I believe. MSW. Thank you. I was totally wrong. Totally wrong. And this one, of course, is not here, but we always want to honor our jet.
Oh,
Yes.
Jet.
Yes.
Do you want to hold it?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to look at the thing?
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Then everybody, all the graduates can come stand at the cake for a picture. Can I hear Keisha's name?
His name's on the list. Did you say
She
Keisha?
doesn't want the attention.
Oh, but it was already brought up. So
Okay.
it's too late now.
Keisha. Okay, wonderful. All right, take that picture. Thank you.
I got a fancy new phone now.
Somebody has to hold it. Joe, you hold it.
Not click the second case.
Yeah, okay. Come on, y'all, to a picture, quickly.
Yes.
Joe, you can take over there, y'all can cut it up. It's a nice big deal.
Joe. You gonna cut these?
Thank you. Tree. I know. I wanna go back. I wanna keep going. Okay. Really quick, we'll go to the president's report. I have a little bit of stuff to say that's probably gonna be enough. Thank you. So just so you guys know, at the RID conference, RID is hosting a ITOC social justice roundtable. Anybody know what ITOC is? Interpreters and transliterators. So they will have a social justice roundtable. If you're coming to RID, please be involved. Some of your very own NAOBI-DC members will be there facilitating some of the table discussions. So it's a great idea to put some of our issues that are going on the table and have them heard by those that are in attendance. RID transition team, Heather Harker, some of you who are here at Gallaudet know Heather Harker because she is the Madam Chair of the Board of Trustees here at Gallaudet University, but her consulting firm is also responsible for the transition team and surveying the membership of RID, the organizational members, as they prepare for a new executive director and as they look for a new executive director. Her assistant reached out to me to schedule an interview with her to get some ideas and some answers from what it is that NAOBI-DC feels that they need from RID, what they're not getting from RID, and so on and so forth. She sent me a list of questions. I will disseminate that information to paid members. Another reason why you should pay your membership so that you can have your voice heard when it comes to important topics like this. So I will send that out. Shay will probably send that out to the membership that is paid, the list of questions. That interview is June 8th. So you don't have a lot of time once you get the questions to think about it and get some of your answers back to me. And I'll compile them in a way that makes sense when I go before her on the 8th. Any questions about that? Okay. NAOBI Inc. Some of you who are paid members of NAOBI Inc. as of 2014 probably received an email from Laverne Rutledge. And it basically said that look forward to more information from NAOBI Inc. And the presidents have been meeting with the board or the remaining members of the board to discuss the future of NAOBI Inc. And what that will look like. We have what we will present to the membership is 3 options. One option will be to stay as NAOBI Inc. But that looks like what? That looks like there needs to be bodies and positions and people doing the work so that NAOBI Inc. can continue. To close shop as it looks like now and become a consortium of sorts, which would mean the regional chapters would run the organization. There would not be a governing body of a board. It would look a lot like what you see with the National Consortium of Interpreter Education Centers, NCIEC. We had a great meeting with Kathy Kogan, C-O-G-N, Kogan, and she is the director of the consortium. She runs the Northeastern Interpreter Education Center. And she met with us. We were on the phone with her for about an hour. She met with all of the presidents who were on, and most of them did join the call. And we picked her brain about what that consortium life looks like, what it would mean for us, how do they operate. They operate a little bit differently, of course, because they're governed by grants. They get federal funding, and that grant dictates what they do. So our discussion with the membership is, with the regional presidents would then become the board, and they would meet monthly. And as they meet, they kind of decide what goes on for those chapters, but there would also be an overarching theme of maybe 2 or 3 projects that nationally we all are in agreement on. So option 2 would give the chapters a little bit more freedom to move about the cabin freely. So option 1 is stay the same. Option 2 is become a consortium. Option 3 is to just go away. Option 3 really means that you guys feel NAOBI is not needed anymore. So that is what. So. I think the tree is supposed to be responsible for
That happened.
So again, 3 options on the table when it comes to NAOBI Inc. You guys will get what the presidents feel are the pros and cons for every option in a detailed email shortly. There are committees that are working on option 1. There are committees that are working on option 2. Committees working on option 3, and what that will look like. And the committees are made up of presidents and vice presidents throughout the chapters. So I wanted to let you guys know that so you can already start thinking about it and mull it over. Is, you know, that's a lot to think about, because honestly, any of the options, with the exception of option 3, we need bodies to do work. And option 3, actually, you need to, that's work on your conscience if you just let it close because you didn't want to be body to do the work. So if you feel that the organization is needed and you cherish the organization to which we are members of, please take some time throughout the next week or so to think about that before you get those options in.
In terms of,
One moment.
in terms of NAOBI Inc., I've been a member of NAOBI-DC, and I was once a member of NAOBI Inc. And when I was, yes, before I was. So I don't feel like I received anything from the Inc. And I feel like I get a lot from the DC. So can you please explain to me what would be some of the benefits of continuing, NAOBI Inc. continuing?
Sure. You had your hand up? No. Keep? No. So I've been a member of Inc. for a long time, a member of DC for a long time. My previous experience with Inc. and a lot of folks would probably echo the same sentiment, is Inc. is the parent, right?
Right.
So the benefits of my mom and dad is the fact that they took care of me and raised me, and sure, I don't know necessarily that it's something you can quantify except for the fact that you have existence, and we have existence through Inc. Inc. is why we basically have existence, but over time, Inc. has aged, right? And just like most, the next generation is a little bit more innovative, a little bit more excited, and children now are doing a little bit more than the parent. So maybe you would more be prone to pick option 2 and say, you know what, I get more from the local chapter than I do from the parent chapter. Inc.'s existence was also to provide the conferences, which many of us have gone to, attended, and enjoyed for many years. And it was the family reunion hosted, like the conference was where we came together in a safe zone and got to learn a lot, from each other, amongst each other. So that is lacking. So I can see why someone who is newer to NAOBI would not know what would be the purpose of supporting Inc.
Well, not to the point of just getting rid of them. I'm just trying to find out what is there.
Sure, but if you get something from your local chapter, then I would strongly probably encourage you to look into option 2.
Yeah, but we don't get rid of our parents just because.
Well, the people that are the parents are still involved. Let me say this: the people who are the parents are still involved in local chapters and regional chapters. We're still members of. I mean, probably people in this room have served on national board. I was the Eastern Region rep on the national board as well as vice president here. So the same people who are in your chapters have served on national boards and serve on the national board. So it's not like you lose touch with them. They're just operating in different capacity.
Okay, understood.
But for national to survive, people have to do it. That's really the God honest truth. People have to do it.
Thank you.
So look forward to that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. CCBC, really quickly, CCBC's interpreting training program, their advisory board, Lisa Weems, I believe, worked on the agreement that NAOBI-DC would have presence on that advisory board. So that's been long-standing, and we do attend. They meet once a year. It's a great meeting of stakeholders throughout the area, and it is typically the vice president or the president of NAOBI-DC who goes. But this interpreting advisory board, I was really impressed because we had 3 NAOBI-DC folks in the room. Usually it's only one person in the room. This time we had 3 NAOBI-DC folks in the room. Myself, Sequoia was there, big up, representing PCRAD, so I love that NAOBI is in different avenues. And of course, Eileen was in the room as the alumni rep because she doing that. So it was great because we had a great voice in the room and there was some great discussion. How many of you guys went to CCBC? Was a student at CCBC? Wow, wonderful. Okay, so for those who are not, CCBC for a long time, the director is Sandy Brown. Sandy Brown is retiring. This is her last semester, I guess. It's done Friday. And Friday is the party for her. If you would like to attend, it's at the school, I believe, yes. And we'll post the information for those of you who are interested in attending her retirement party. Sandy's been here for a very long time. And really impactful to the field. So the new president of NAOBI-DC will probably appoint somebody to continue on that board, but just wanted to put that out there. Okay, great. That is, I think, my report. I can't see it.
No, the airline.
Oh, I can't see that. All right, we are doing that. Treasurer's report, Rachel. Oh, yes, you do. Oh.
So, hey, how's everybody doing? Where is my, is my interpreter? I guess they're ready, right, so hello. My name is Rachel Elliott Fires. And I'm just going to review this really quickly and talk about our financial report. I'm not gonna hold you up for long tonight. Is everyone ready? So back to pictures. From last month, we had to change, some changes and new changes. So there were one category that would cover an expansion of 2 months, and we had to change some figures there. And if you want a copy, let me know. I'll make it small for you. Let's see, in February, at the end of February, we had $12,817.31. Then we took in $3,030. Yes. So the total that we took in then comes to 18,000. The interpreter wants glasses. Good job. You got on the wrong one. Then we had expenses, and our expenses today are $4,902.08. So our budget, our grand total then is $13,447.99. So we've got a pretty good balance. Check the change there, that's quite nice. So now in our discussion, we're talking about moving some of that over to our savings account. Because we want to keep some of that money and make sure that we hold it for the next year. And I guess it sort of depends on what kind of events we're planning for the year to come. Our goal, however, is to definitely have some money left over for the next school for whatever event they plan. So next year, they don't feel like they have to do fundraising and whatnot right away, but they have money and they can hit the ground running with the things that they want to do. Questions from the audience about the report? Seeing none? Thank you.
So because this print is a little bit finite, a little tiny, we're gonna go ahead and wait to get you guys. We'll give out paper copies, like Rachel said. If you want one, let her know. But we won't move to accept the report because I know it's tough to see, and we can't even get the slides show up on full screen. So, work, wonderful. Next. Secretary. I don't see her. If Mercedes was here, we would know, right? So Mercedes is back. She probably is streaming. So Mercedes is on a well-deserved vacation back at home in Chicago or St. Louis or East St. Louis or whatever she plans. I always tease about that. But she, of course, she wants you guys to know about the cookout, July 25th. Be there or be L7. We have been blessed with square. I'm sorry. So we were really, really touched with, everybody enjoyed the cookout so much. And it has been a huge success and it brings all of the community out together. If you haven't seen the pictures from previous years, please go on the Facebook page and see it. But this year, we've been blessed to get a great partnership from PCRED. So they have donated $500 to the cookout, which is really great. So we are thankful for PCRED joining in. And that just means more food because every year there's so many more people than the year before. I mean, last year we almost had about 200 people there. So we're looking forward to this year. Mercedes has a team together and they're working really hard to have a lot of fun and activities for you. So please make sure you put that on your calendar, July 25th. And she always wants you to know if you're interested in shadowing her because her term is up in December too. So if you want to be NAOBI's next secretary, please contact her. And then she didn't add this, but I did, and it's going to be tough to see. But Mercedes worked really hard on making sure that we were represented with a lot of the rallies that have recently happened in DC. And she worked with a great group from our community. These are just some of the pictures, and you can see some of the folks in there that you know, some you should know. If you don't know Risa, not Risa, Risa, the other Risa. Everybody gets Risa, Sharifa, Risa Shaw mixed up, especially because they're Risa, S-H, S-H. Woo! Okay, so, Risa, Billy, Leandra, I can't see my glasses. And just a whole bunch of folks from the campus. So, kudos to Mercedes. She worked really hard to make sure she can get a team together that we represented. Some folks that were not even here in DC caught her on the news and would take a picture of their TV screen and say, oh, that's NAOBI-DC secretary. Because you would tag the name. I'm like, no, this is Mercedes. So she wants to start a list of people who will be willing to be involved. I know she talked about that in our last board meeting. So look for information from her if you want to be involved with this. My hope and prayer is that we don't have to be at events like this anymore. Like, that's the goal, right? It's why do we have to get together emergency teams for rallies for social justice. Like, let's get over ourselves. So hopefully we won't need a team like this, but we can do things like this just for happier times. But kudos to Mercedes for this. Publishing. I don't know. Did we lose Tree? She's somewhere. I want to keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Love it. She'll come in and cut me off and try stuff. But one thing that you see, so one thing that I will say, she needs some help, and all of the committees need assistance. Oh, here she is. Stop. Kind of stuff.
Hi again, I'm Sequoia, publications chair, and we do a lot. We do a lot. Next month coming up in June, we're gonna put that call out again. If you guys want to write an article, say something to members, ask questions, whatever it might be, go ahead and send them to me at that wonderful email address down there, publishing@naobidc.org. We've upgraded our communications, our media stuff, like our GoDaddy account. It's all been upgraded, so all the board members now have their own personal email addresses that all end with naobidc.org. We've got more space for pictures. Everything's fantastic in publications. So Right now, we're probably looking for a couple more hands on the committee to just kind of keep up on the website. People are willing, it's a website, I don't want y'all thinking you're putting in HTML codes or anything like that. It's not that serious, because I got the basic one, the one that says anyone can use this model. That's the one I picked. And so everything on the website is very user friendly. If you don't want to put an HTML code in, then don't click the button that says HTML. Everything else is simple enough. Picture, text, you just put it all in, and it's that simple. But I just need someone to help me keep it up to date. Whenever something passes, then move it down to the old list and put new things in. I think that's all question.
And you mentioned that you all would be training people to do this.
Yes, thank you. And yes, if you would like to be a part of the committee and you're kind of lost in what do I do, how do I do it, I will always sit down one-on-one, small group, and just kind of show you how it all works so that we can assist in this with me. Short, simple, sweet. Questions? Good, good, great. Perfect.
So PDC, we don't have a PDC chair, right? So some of us joined us. You see that nice picture at the bottom where we went and said farewell to Mara. Mara has gone on to Florida, so we are now have a vacancy in the PDC chair role. We knew that was coming, so it's nothing new. But what we are doing is for our professional development events, asking for people to be project managers. Just one event. I'm not asking you to sign up for the year. It's only 6 months left. I don't want your firstborn. I don't need any of your funds. Just want you to sign up to host one professional development event. As you do that, we hope that it will give you a taste of what it's like to be a part and be involved and do some things. So if you're interested, we at least need 2 more bodies. The next PDC event will be hosted by Eileen. She'll be the project manager on that, so we're excited about that.
What will it be?
We have yet decided, because you guys will decide. So we'll send out a survey. We have some folks that are willing in the community to teach workshops.
It's gonna be
It's going to be fabulous. So yeah, so I have 6 months left, and I'm not asking all of it. We have a lot of vacancies. We've had vacancies since the beginning of the year. We've been working it out, and we'll continue to work it out. But if you have a free hand or a free amount of time or a break in your schedule where you can do something, we have need in a lot of areas. So please let us know that you will be willing to do this, that, or third. And some folks who said, I'm putting it out there because I want to thank Amy Lanassa, who said, hey, listen, I will help. I asked her if she didn't mind interpreter coordinating for some of our events. She said, absolutely. I'm not asking you to sign up forever, because that scares folks, right? But if you could just sign up for 1 or 2 things, it would help. Many hands make for light work. That's the motto. Many hands make for light work. But the PDC did, before Mara left, have a very successful interpreter field fair. That was a stellar lineup, I think. For those of you who attended, it was a really good cast of presenters. So even that, and preparing that, maybe having it again at the end of the year, I don't know, but it was a great group of folks. If you missed it, the same, just missed it. So if you're interested in signing up to host a PDC event, please let me know. I would be so thankful. Bylaws, yeah.
Well, the board talked recently.
You wanna come up?
Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay.
Said they can't see you, the people on Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, you can take this one. You want this one?
I'm not gonna be up here very long. So everybody, the board talked recently, and we decided that for this year's elections, we are going to have a nominating committee as opposed to only people nominating individuals at the time of the election when we're in our meeting. So additional information will be coming out on that pretty soon, probably within the next month or so. I think it'll be a little bit easier if we have the nominating committees and know in advance if people are actually interested in positions that they're being nominated for. So that's why we're going to do it that way. And I think that's it.
Right. Any questions? Because I think we're rolling it down. Any questions from any of the committee members? Okay. Everybody know that you will be assigned to a committee. Did you mention that?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So when you're assigned to the committee, we're gonna expect you to work. And I think that is it for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute. This is what happened to me on phone. So a few other things I do need to mention. I don't think I ever let you guys know, but I do want you to know that. So previously, Sarah Blackburn was the president of PCRD, and now it's Jen Cole. And Jen and I meet quarterly just to talk about what's going on with PCRD, what's going on with NAOBI. So I just wanted to let you guys know that because we met 2 weeks ago, and I said I had to remember that, and it's really healthy dialogue. A lot of, I'm always transparent. You guys know I operate with transparency. So a lot of truths of some stumbling blocks and a lot of truths of her stumbling blocks, a lot of learning from my end on what they're going through, and the same thing for her from what we're doing. So I did want to put that out there and let you know. Also, all of you know that NAOBI-DC is really popularly known for our cards, those cards that we got from Georgia Perimeter through the wonderful connection of former President Pamela Collins, who is alum of Georgia Perimeter. So we have these wonderful greeting cards that everybody loves to buy, right? But they don't make them anymore. So we are going to contact Georgia Perimeter and see, you sure? And then we're going to take on our own project of recreating some cards because we love those greeting cards. So look for a blast for hand models. No calluses, no hangnails. No calluses. You can have calluses and hangnails. It's just going to be a you worked hard card. Okay, that I think that's it. Sure. No, I feel like there was something else, but I can't remember.
You know, once we ask for the motion.
Once it's a wrap, it's a wrap. I know. Something else. MBDA. So we will be going to MBDA. We already talked about the fact that we'll be CEU sponsors for MBDA conference.
So,
That.
Thank you. MBDA conference, which is August 4th through the 9th, overlaps with RD by 1 day. So we'll be the CEU sponsors there. And if you can go, please join us. We have a few folks on the board who are involved, and also a few folks on the membership who are presenting. So we really want to shout out the presenters and support them as they go, and also support everybody who's involved in NAOBI-DC who is working on that front. And then, of course, RD conference.
Are you just making up stuff so you can go tell them stuff?
No, I'm just saying. You need to know about MBDA conference. I'm just kidding. DCA BDA meeting tomorrow, next week. Thank you. Next week. And they have a special guest, so if you are available, please attend Saturday, 12 to 2. 12 to 3. I think we should do eye time, because we didn't do eye time. So we'll go back. For your visual pleasure.
You are interpreters, you have not been to practice their ASL emergency.
So eye time will read that caption, so don't look at the caption. Okay. It's not up for y'all. I'm about to sit down. That's so funny. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is so cool. So there's two icons. That was really, really short. But I thought it was really cool. It was uploaded yesterday. I was like, Larry's an Uber driver. I don't know. Where is Larry? I don't know where.
That looks like Golden Gate Bridge, San California. I want to say that was in Chicago.
I called Uber. After Uber arrived, of course, he has a text. You have to type something, and when I looked on it, it actually said, "Hello, welcome to Uber. I'm deaf." He already knew the address that he'd be going to. So, I mean, it was good. It was a great opportunity to use the device that they had to chat with. So he was excited, and I was excited that to find a rider who actually signed. So, great experience.
NAOBI-DC is not a supporter of, we do not get any money from Uber, we're not a promoter of Uber. We're not paid advertising for
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, next icon. This one's not.
start it over?
All right, so we have about roughly 8 minutes, so we'll take 5 minutes, break into groups. That's something totally different.
Where's my vote?
So let's,
We've already voted on her, then what happens to that vote?
so this is our time,
Oh,
and we're supposed to be discussing our time.
so sorry.
What?
I forgot.
Okay, so groups, no. Get into your circle. Remember your birthday, get into your circle. You remember your birthday?
Same
You guys got 5 minutes, move with it. Hey, Okay, listen, let's move. Here's your month. ATL, ATL is right here. Chicago is here. St. Louis is here. All of y'all got the same birthday? September is SoCal, and you are St. Louis. St. Louis. Oh, October. Birthday, your chocolate. What's your birthday? September, you right here. Hey.
November, December, St. Louis.
Only New York?
No, only.
Shout out Chicago. Chicago? Chicago, nobody? Oh, thank you. Chicago?
Go to your website.
Yeah, you.
No, there's a Facebook Chicago. Where's Chicago? Okay, yeah. Oh.
I'm just going
Oh, no, I was like,
Right.
How close the time?
You should run a SeaWorld girl. Oh, no, no, you can go to the high school. You see your mom, like, oh, take the shot. She's like, I'm not good.
All right.
Can we get a motion from the floor to adjourn?
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
You're not finished?
No, I have to. I have 2 more slides. But I don't know how to get to them. I don't know how that. All right. Any announcements from the floor? Dr. Moore?
Hello, everybody. I am the Vice President of Morgan State University Alumni Association. And if you love crabs, we're having a crab feast on August 2nd. So get your tickets from me if you're interested in going. For those of you who like to run, I am a member of the HBCU Alliance, that's historically Black colleges and universities. I represent Morgan State University. We're having a race and a health fair. So come on out and run with us and come to our day party and come for a health screening.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else announcements from the floor? Wonderful.
Aw.
Thank you so much, you guys. Y'all didn't have to, so thank you. Did all right. Yes,
Are we still having the honor of the legends?
that's a very good question, right? So, again, many hands make, but, okay, so, so really quickly, yes. The short answer is yes. When is going to be the question that we have to table as a board. But of course, the legend should be honored. And we apologize, we really need to do better as a community in calendar keeping and making sure that we honor people's dates when people's dates are put out. We don't do that well with that. Yeah, we had weather problems but we still put out a date. And then somebody else had weather problems and they put out a date. So, but we did put out our date when we had weather problems. So, that's kind of like how we work.
So we've been talking a lot about having an archive. We have got to start collecting our history. Instead of, we had a great 15, and we all came together and worked really hard all in the middle of the night and everything, trying to put all of that stuff together. We have got to capture all these moments, pictures. We have to start interviewing. We have Jolinda here. We could get her while she's here, maybe interview her. I would like to propose that we have an adjunct archive committee. I would be willing to serve on that. We would just start just by capturing some of our history, gathering some of our pictures, so that as new interpreters come along, we're able to pass down some of this stuff, especially if there is a chance there won't be a NAOBI. Maybe there will be, but if not, we can start gathering this information and sharing it with others, because stuff is getting lost as we move from board to board to board. Some stuff we're redoing and it's already been done, but we're giving credit to new folks instead of giving credit to the folks who, started it quite some time ago. So if we start documenting all of this, taking pictures and remembering all of this great work that we're doing, I think it'll go a long way. I'm in. Anybody else that's okay?
We will set up an email address for you. Can we do that, Sequoia? Wonderful. Archives@naobi.org. Oh, I think that's a great idea. I agree with Pam. We worked really hard on that. We have, a lot of us really don't know a lot about this. We worked really hard on trying to put together that book to try to tell a story, and that story was, whew. So while we're here and we can tell stories while we're living through the story, let's start putting it down and putting it on paper. We have folks in our midst that are getting PhDs, right? So these are, these are great things that are happening. I think we had a lapse in time between a group of PhDs who are not necessarily in the field either, but now the PhD program. And so it's a lot going on. So yes.
And you don't know how it is if you don't write it down. And you make up your own story later. Because you remember it how you think you remember it. It's always better the way you remember it.
It's true. So that's it for me. I thank you guys so much. Thank you again to interpreters. You guys may not know Mandy. She's here from Atlanta. So thank you so much, Mandy. ATL in the house. Thank you so much, Tiffany Hill. Farm.com. If y'all haven't seen Bad Blood, you better see Bad Blood. Sorry. Everybody's seen it. You have like 70,000 views on that joint. Okay, my bad. Kalani, thank you so much, Professor Ford. I appreciate you doing, this is 2 in a row. I promise you I won't ask you next week. Amy's coordinating next week.
How many in this room know?
Wait, I'm coming
I
around.
just want to ask.
I'm coming around. Pamela Collins, thank you so much. Wonderful. And how many of you know, let me say it just like Cam said, who knows Jolinda? Do you guys know Jolinda? Who doesn't know Jolinda?
Who is Jolinda?
The first. Jolinda and former NAOBI-DC member.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna ask how long
thebomb.com
ago.
and usually at any conference, the only thing.
I don't know. Yeah, the bomb.com doesn't do justice. It's Jolinda. It's Jolinda. Y'all better Google her.
Sure.
Google me.
And,
No, she is not. So question is she local?
but she
gonna
said
answer
if
for her.
we get together, 20 to 20, she used to get a workshop. Okay.
I've been to Jolinda's workshop and I got learned.
Jolinda used to give a workshop. I was so angry. Call, say, what? What? A voicing workshop, but it was only for certified interpreters. So truth is, we were trying. As soon as we got certified, she said she was moving and not giving it. So now she is still willing to come, or we can go to Colorado. You just
Field trip.
20 folks, field trip,
Road trip.
who's in, and when I tell you, we could spend a week, we could spend 2 weeks, let's just put it together and go. Let's go.
Yeah.
She's willing, so that's another sign of she.
It might be easier to get 20 to 30 people if you do it here.
So the next PBC workshop is in Colorado.
Yes, that's right.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like- Or we just have to get her here. So, yeah, say hi to Jolinda on your way out. We don't see her often. I'm so happy that she's here. Make a new friend, meet someone. Keith brought a young lady in the back that I'm saying hi to because I've never seen her before. So, I don't think I've ever seen you before either. Dr. Abel brought a young lady that I've never seen before. So hello, everybody, meet somebody new, and thank you so much. I'll take a motion to close.
I make a motion at this meeting, council close at 9:30. I make a motion to take a picture. Let's take a picture. Yeah, take a picture, history, archive that.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's close on the way up to the picture. Okay, wonderful. Which way is the picture? That way? Oh, this cake is cut. Everybody better have a piece of cake. Oh, yeah. So should we go that way for the picture or this way? I think that way is like this. If you ever in Georgia, everybody come inside for the picture.